Hey, I'm Greg Schaefer, and welcome to the Virtual CISO Moment Cybersecurity Quick Strike for Monday, June 5th, 2023. Ready to go on a Monday. Hope you got your coffee. I got mine right here. We're going to start out today from Bleeping Computer. Online sellers targeted by new information stealing malware campaign. Now, online sellers are targeted in a new campaign to push the VIDAR, information security or information stealing malware, allowing threat actors to steal credentials for damaging attacks. This new campaign launched last week with threat actors sending complaints to online store admins through email and website contact forms. These emails pretend to be from a customer of an online store who had $550 deducted from their bank account after an alleged order did not properly go through. Bleeping Computer received one of those emails this past week, and after researching the attack, they found that it had been widespread with many submissions to VirusTotal over the past week. Online sellers are a juicy target, according to the article, for threat actors to gain credentials to the back end of e-commerce sites, which allows for various attack types. For example, once a threat actor gains access to an online store's admin backend, they can inject malicious JavaScript scripts, say that 3 times fast, to perform Magcard attacks, which is then the code be used to steal a site's customer information by generating backups for the store's database, which can then be used to extort victims, threatening they must pay a ransom or the data would be publicly leaked or sold to other threat actors. Its known exploited vulnerabilities catalog. Now, the U.S. Cybersecurity Infrastructure Security Agency, which we refer to as CISA because we like acronyms, some people I think say CISA, added a progress move it transfer SQL injection vulnerability tracked as CVE 202334362. There will be a test afterwards to its known exploited vulnerabilities catalog. Threat actors are actively exploiting a 0-day vulnerability in the progress move it transfer file transfer product to steal data from organizations. Move it transfer, if you don't know, is a managed file transfer that is used by enterprises to securely transfer files using SFTP, SEP, and HTTP-based uploads. See, move it or move IT. The vulnerability is an SQL injection vulnerability. It can be exploited by an unauthenticated attacker to gain unauthorized access to move it transfers database. Quote, an SQL injection, I think that's the right way to say it, vulnerability has been found in the move it transfer web application that would allow an unauthenticated attacker to gain unauthorized access to move it transfers databases. This is from the advisory published by the company. And the advisory continues, depending on the database engine being used, MySQL, Microsoft SQL Server, or Azure SQL, an attacker may be able to infer information about the structure and contents of the database in addition to executing SQL statements that alter or delete database elements. Now, keep this in mind that this vulnerability affects all move it transfer versions. It doesn't affect the cloud versions of the product, though. The company also shared indicators of compromise, IOCs, because acronyms, for this attack and urges customers that notice any of the indicators to immediately contact its security and IT teams. Now, multiple security firms are warning that this vulnerability has been actively exploited in the wild. And we'll be right back after a word from our sponsor. vCISO Services is a small, specialized, veteran-owned information security firm with a calling, founded on Christian values and focused on the needs of small and mid-sized businesses. Our passion is to help small and mid-sized businesses gain a fighting chance in an increasingly hostile cybersecurity threat environment by providing executive part-time virtual CISO services, information security risk management services, and CISO advisory services. Check them out at vcisoservices.com. From Legit Security on May 5th, Gartner published an Innovation Insights report that outlines the latest evolution in AppSec, Application Security Posture Management, or ASPM, because ASPM is something that they, I should say, at Legit Security has been pioneering for over a year a revolution in the way modern application security can be done more effectively and efficiently. Now, according to their post, it provides more insights into the elements of ASPM so you can better understand how this new approach transforms traditional application security and enables organizations to deliver secure applications at scale. So go ahead and check out that link. Lots of information there. Banyan Security published a ransomware threat update on their blog, and they say it's popular because, being ransomware, it's profitable. Go where the money is. And it's been a big moment for ransomware around the planet over the past few weeks. Ransomware has become ever more targeted, with its strategists becoming more and more creative, especially as the average ransomware payout declined almost 40% last year. A new trend that they're seeing is around double and triple extortion, where employees are threatened with the release of personal sensitive data. We've talked about this before, along with corporate data. As a result, ransomware negotiations have gotten much more nuanced for all involved. So they got several updates there. Among them, I'll read you one. Among the updates, the U.S. Department of Justice, or DOJ, unsealed indictments May 16th accusing Mikhail Pavlovich Matveev, a.k.a. Wazawaka, a Russian national, of the following: conspiring to transmit ransom demands, conspiring to damage protected computers, and intentionally damaging protected computers. Now, since 2020, Matveev allegedly collaborated from Russia with other hackers using ransomware variants including Lockbit, Hive, and Babuk, or Babuk. His activities are linked to $200 million in ransom from around 2,800 victims, which included hospitals, businesses, nonprofits, including churches and charities, and government agencies. Now, he's still on the loose, though, and a $10 million US dollar reward might not be enough to find him, which is a really, really big bug bounty. He's known for trolling Brian Krebs earlier this year and is also missing a finger, so keep your eyes open. For more ransomware threat updates, check their blog post. Link is in the show notes, as always. Red Ray uncovers alarming scope of cybersecurity breach, urgent action required to safeguard critical systems. Now, Red Rays, they say, is a leading cybersecurity firm specializing in the protection of ERP, Enterprise Resource Planning, systems, has recently made a disturbing discovery regarding a significant cybersecurity breach. Though meticulous analysis and investigation, Red Rays has unveiled concerning statistics regarding the breach's reach across various domains and systems. Now, affected domains, Red Rays investigation has identified an astonishing total of 4,895 domains that have experienced 2 or more linked user information. Among these, 368 domains have affecting 10 or more users' passwords, while 26 domains have seen 100 or more compromised user accounts. Again, username, passwords. Now, as far as impacted systems go, it says the breach has not spared critical systems, with notable entities such as top cryptocurrency exchanges experiencing unauthorized access to usernames and passwords. Additionally, over 1,800 Google accounts and 232 domains within the .gov top-level domain space have fallen victim to this breach, posing a significant threat to government entities. Enterprise software users, disturbingly, more than 2,000 users of SAP, Oracle, and WebSphere software have been impacted by this breach. Red Rays customers have confirmed the validity of these affected user accounts within their respective systems. Banking sector, the breach has also affected over 100 banking institutions, raising concerns over the security of financial systems and customer data. The origin of these user credentials remains uncertain. However, there are suspicions that a large-scale phishing attack could be the source. Red Rays urges organizations and individuals to take immediate and comprehensive measures to fortify their cybersecurity defenses. From Tom's Guide, a new one to this podcast, over 400 million infected with Android software. Now, over 100 Android apps with more than 400 million downloads combined have been affected with a new malware strain that's being distributed as a software development kit, SDK because acronyms, for advertisers. As reported by Bleeping Computer, according to the article, the discovery was made by security researchers at Dr. Web, who found a spyware module inside the affected apps that they dubbed Spinnock. The reason this new Android malware is being referred to as spyware is due to the fact that it can steal private data stored on the best Android phones and send it to a remote server controlled by the hackers behind this campaign. So here's some of the affected apps with the most downloads, and the article has a link to the full list. Noise, which is a video editor, Zapier, file transfer, VFly, video editor and video maker, MVBit, my video status maker, Bugo, video maker and video editor, Crazy Drop, 10 million downloads for that one, Cash Zine, Fizzle Novel, Cash EM, and Tick, I guess watch to earn. Got to say, I hadn't heard of any of those apps, to tell you the truth. So anyway, if you're an Android user and you use those or any of the other apps that are in the list that's in the article, you might want to be aware of that. And speaking of lists, here's the one for today. This is from GitGuardian. It's really a list that is promoting their service, so keep that in mind, but it is a good list. You might be interested in this. As a company with a large number of developers, it's highly likely that some of your company's secrets, API keys, tokens, etc., are publicly exposed on GitHub without your knowledge. So they have in this article, which is linked in the show notes, 5 reasons why you should request from them a complimentary audit of secret links on github.com. Again, from GitGuardian. Many developers can mean many leaked secrets. If your company has a significant number of developers, chances are high that some of your confidential information, such as API keys and tokens, may be publicly available on GitHub. This implies that anyone on the internet can access them, posing a significant security threat. Number 2, they say put a number on the problem, because obtaining this audit can help you evaluate the company's own data size, the size of the problem, and decide on its priority. So again, the more data they have, the better you can analyze the problem. Number 3, benefit from the detection capability of this, according to GitGuardian, the #1 security app on the GitHub Marketplace. GitGuardian says that their solution goes beyond just detecting incidents. It is a comprehensive platform for monitoring and resolving incidents. Number 4, revamp your vulnerability disclosure program with a leaked secrets report that can supercharge your effort. They say while scanning repositories for vulnerabilities, you can come across numerous hard-coded secrets that require efficient triaging. However, a vulnerability disclosure program, VDP, because you know why, may not be the most effective tool in this scenario, and they go on to explain why. And then number 5, the best way to establish your good GitHub security parameter is to get an audit. So check out the link if you're interested in that. It is, of course, in the show notes. And of course, that is it for today. I hope you have a wonderful Monday. Check us out tomorrow for the weekly interview. And until then, stay secure.